Okay, today I am going to touch on hydration and dehydration. So understanding why we drink water and why it is important, not just a case of, okay, drink 2 liters of water today or drink 3 liters of water. Why is it that we actually need water? So understanding, first of all, that water, like I have here, water takes up about 60 to 70% of our actual body weight. So if you are a 100 kg person, 60 or 70% of that is water. So 60 to 70 kg, 1 liter of water. If you were to drink 1 liter of water, you would weigh 1 kg heavier straight away after. Okay, so understanding that, water is a vital part of why we do drink it. And I'm going to touch on here the 10 benefits of drinking water, 10 ways to benefit you and make it easier for you to get the water in. And then we'll touch on dehydration, what happens if we actually don't drink water, okay? So what is dehydration? Obviously, or what is hydration, sorry, drinking enough water. And that is why it is important that we do get enough water in. It is recommended that we drink 2 to 3 liters of water per day. Now, if you were to ask a lot of people how much water to drink per day, they wouldn't have a clue. So they wouldn't. So again, one of the first things you can do is obviously buy a water bottle, and I'll touch on that in just a moment. So in this, what I want to touch on really is, what water does first. First thing it does, it staves away dehydration, which we get to. So being well hydrated improves your sleep quality. It also helps to regulate our body temperature, our core body temperature, so that when we do go to sleep and throughout the day, when we sweat and when we excrete water, we are replenishing it by getting more water back into the system. And again, I will touch on ways that we can actually improve on this as well. It helps to keep the joints lubricated. So again, we have synovial fluid, try to say that 10 times fast, in the knees, in the elbows, in all the joints, and that needs to stay lubricated. Prevent infections, delivering essential nutrients to the cell so that when you eat food and we get the nutrients in, that we have water in our body that is flushing everything through to each and every organ. Remember, the brain is over 60, 70% water. Our organs are all, massive percentage of all our organs are all made of water. So we need to, again, make sure that we are keeping well hydrated. Helps with bowel movement. So when you eat, obviously it goes into the digestive system, does its business, and then it comes out the back end, but we need water so that process is made nice and simple. Increase cognitive and your mood. Again, one of the big things is some people, or a lot of people might think, I'm feeling hungry, when in fact they're actually dehydrated. So it's always recommended you drink water before you have, like, a glass of water before you actually have your dinner. If you're feeling hungry, try drinking water first of all, and then it might stave away that craving you have for eating more food. Now, my top tips for improving hydration. This is the fun part. Buy a bottle of water. Buy a bottle of water, if not buy 2 bottles, because you're probably going to lose one of them somewhere along the line. So when you're going out, or if you're buying it online, go and buy 2 bottles of water. This one is 2 liters of water. You should drink it when you are trying to talk to people, because it also helps for me to actually not get so dehydrated in my mouth. Okay, so the first thing is drink water first thing in the morning. Having a water bottle or a glass of water beside your bed, that when you wake up, you've been asleep for 8 hours, hopefully 7, 8, 9 hours. First thing you want to do is drink a glass of water before anything else happens, so that, again, it's your body, you need it. It's 60 to 70% of water. Okay, you need water in the body, so it should be one of the first things you reach for in the morning. A lot of people will reach for coffee first thing in the morning, but try and implement having a glass of water before you at least have your coffee. Aim for a minimum of 2 to 3 liters per day. Now, the bigger an individual is, the more water that person will need. But as a kind of a recommendation for most people, if we could get 2 to 3 liters of water in, we'd be doing more than enough. Now, a lot of people struggle with drinking water on cold mornings. So recommendation here is to fill the water bottle, leave it not in the fridge, leave it outside the fridge so that it's actually not freezing cold, and you're going to go outside and you're in colder temperatures, and then it's harder to actually drink. Adding sugar-free cordial or MI-WADI orange is perfectly fine. Make sure it's sugar-free. Keep a jug in the fridge full of water so that when you do need to have a glass of water, hopefully you're lucky enough to be living in a country where you can just drink it straight from the tap. But if not, get your jug. Brita filter jugs are great, filters the water, and then you can put it in your fridge and you always have it. When you go to train, fill your bottle up so that you're constantly, when you're training, that you can be drinking water as you go, okay? Or even when you go out for a walk, it's another good way to get in that water. On occasions, caffeine, perfectly fine. Coffee obviously is water, but we don't want to be overindulging in the caffeine side of things. But again, there is going to be parts of it that are water, obviously. Juices, herbal teas, and milk in moderation, people. Don't go out and drink a 2-liter juice, probably loaded with sugar. But again, if you are dying of thirst, you go drink something. When you're feeling hungry, drink water first. Do you know what I mean? Because thirst is often confused with hunger. Drink water with every meal and reduce water intake after maybe 6 or 7 o'clock. Because the last thing you want to do is be sculling a liter of water, and next thing you are getting up in the middle of the night having to actually go to the toilet. Okay. So if you can implement any of those strategies, that will actually really help you improve your water intake. And remember, this has to happen every single day. But to start off with, if you are struggling to get the water in, start with 1 liter a day, and then we start to ramp it up. On the other side of that, we have dehydration. And if you've ever suffered from dehydration, you will know that, when it does occur that the body has released, you've released loads of water, you have sweated it out, and next you might be feeling dizzy or might be feeling tired or lightheaded, and dehydration can cause death. So be very aware of it, especially when it comes to training in hot climates or running races. It's happened to me once or twice on races when I was very inexperienced, and it is not a pretty place to be. So if you don't drink enough water, you may become dehydrated. This means your body does not have enough fluid to operate effectively, okay? And again, what we want to do is we want to perform optimally from day to day in our jobs, in training, in everyday life. And water, like I said, drilled into you again, 60 to 70% of our body is actually water, okay? Yeah, your urine can be an indicator if you're dehydrated. So if it's colorless or light yellow, you're probably well, if you're colorless or yellow, you're well hydrated. If your urine is dark or yellow or an amber color, then you may be dehydrated. So again, get water straight away. But again, if you start the habit early in the morning, it's a lot easier to get the water into you throughout the day, okay? There are other signs that can signal that you may be dehydrated as well. They include little or no urine when you need to go to the toilet. As we mentioned, urine that is darker than usual, dry mouth from speaking too much, sleepiness or fatigue. Again, if you sleep with the aircon unit on or a fan in your face, that can cause you to become dehydrated throughout the night. So you need to be drinking water first thing in the morning. Extreme thirst, obviously, if you haven't drank for a couple of hours and you're feeling thirsty, it's a good sign that you need to get that water into you as fast as you can. Headaches, confusion, dizziness, or lightheadedness. And this is exactly what will happen if you're in an event or, especially I speak about events, especially with any running events. You're out in the hot temperatures, you're sweating, and you really have to be replenishing those fluids. Now, there is other things you can do to help you get more water in. Good friend of mine, Phil Anthony, I've mentioned him a few times. He mentions about bentonite clay in the water, so that when you put in just a little half teaspoon of bentonite clay into the water, then when you drink the water, it gets absorbed better. Another trick, which a lot of people find really, really disgusting, but it's Himalayan salt. Himalayan salt, start with a small half a teaspoon, probably first of all, squeeze of lime juice if you need to add for taste, but let it settle, let it all mix together. And then before you drink it, shake up the bottle. And having salt in the water as sodium in the body helps us to maintain the water in the body that we actually do need, instead of just drinking water straight and then pissing it back out again, basically. So again, hydration around training. Again, you can take actually supplements to actually improve your hydration. And again, that is something that you might want to look into if you are performing at a high level. So that is it, dehydration and hydration. Take care. Bye-bye. So if you have any questions on hydration or dehydration, please just send me a message. And again, obviously, I will do my best to answer any questions that you may have. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.